All right, MMA Maniacs, we are back once again for another installment of Split Decision, your weekly MMA podcast, brought to you, of course, by Split Decision, MMA.com. You can also get us on the Fight Fans Radio Network. Check out their Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud, or just look us up on Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. We have our own, and you can find us on Facebook, which is Split Decision MMA Podcast, or on Instagram and Twitter, SD_MMA. Bueller and Dodge at the mics in the Ruloff Family Inc. studios, and of course, another shout out to Joel for helping us out the website. You haven't checked it out yet, you got to check it out.
It's pimp.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
Split
And
Decision.
I like the mobile.
Yeah, the mobile app.
Mobile version.
Or mobile version. Yep. Sorry, mobile version. You got to check it out. SplitDecisionMMA.com. That's what you get when your webmaster's unemployed.
Apparently,
No. He's got like
a job?
a couple jobs.
He's got a couple jobs now.
And he's doing this?
Yeah.
Wow, motivated.
There you go.
Motivated, dedicated.
He's got 3 kids, man.
And he's got 3 kids?
Yeah,
That's
they're
how he
all
stays.
like, I think one's like 1, and the other one's like 2, the other one's like 3 or 4.
That's how you do it. Honey, I got to work.
I think it's why he got a job really quick.
You got to feed him. You got to get up in the middle of the night. I got to work. I got stuff I got to do.
I gotta go.
So we're going to roll in with some news. Of course, we're going to recap the UFC from last week and some Ultimate Fighter as well. I think we're lying low this weekend, right?
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of news, no fights until the 10th.
That's what I thought. Okay, so away we go, kicking it off with some Belfort news.
Actually, before we get to that, I hate to start the show off on a downer,
Oh, man.
but we got to start the show off on a downer.
Am I getting fired?
Who died now?
One of
Am I getting
probably,
fired today?
quite possibly, one of the greatest losses in MMA.
For some reason, I feel like you're setting this up for something ridiculous.
I mean, we might definitely have to have a moment of silence. I don't know. It's something we have to talk about.
all right.
Something we have to talk about. How we're going to be able to get over this. Don Frye shaved his mustache.
How in the world? Why would...
I don't know what to do, man.
This is your fault, Dennis. You
freaking out.
shaved, and then he shaved.
You
I'm
wouldn't believe
freaking
how many
out.
people have shaved because I shaved.
Because you gave the green light. You gave the
That's
go
what I
ahead.
did. Because I told him the beard's played out. There's too many people doing it. The
This was a
beard,
mustache.
tattoos.
Mustache
Beard tattoos?
that he's
You
had
have beard
since
tattoos.
1967.
You have a beard tattoo?
Yeah.
I thought yours was real. It's like a 3D tattoo. It's amazing.
And he shaved his mustache, and I'm freaking out because I don't like this.
I don't like it either. He looks weird.
He looks weird.
He looks like something out of a Lord of the Rings movie
What was
now.
that? The wrestler, the crazy barber?
Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like him.
Right, he looks like he'd be wielding a sword looking for the ring.
But seriously, this is probably one of the greatest losses in MMA.
I agree.
His beard, his mustache.
His mustache. I mean, it has to be. He's not going to be able to do predictions anymore.
No, well, I mean, they weren't that great to begin with. They were funny. But as far as being spot on.
I don't know what we can do.
Well, I bet you they found 2 remote controls, a couple keys.
A fist.
So R.I.P. Don Frye's mustache.
Yeah, apparently he wants to do movies now, and they're saying that he needs to.
1967 to 2014. Is that when he was born?
Quite possibly. I think the mustache was born before he was.
That's fantastic.
Now moving on to Belfort.
Came
news.
out mustache first.
Vitor Belfort has claimed that he is TRT free. He recently came out and said, I did all the tests that Nevada requires. I did it on my own. I've passed them all. There's nothing in my system. God has blessed me. I am now ready and waiting.
I use Legos, bro.
Yeah. Like, he just told everybody, I did the testing on my own. It's good. I'm good. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready for the title shot. I'm ready.
This is better than a notary. This is
Right? He's like, I got it. I'm good. And Dana White says, you know what? He has a lot of work to do. This shit doesn't happen like that. He's got his own agenda. It's weird. He's got a lot of work to do. He's fooling himself if he could just take a couple home tests or whatever he did, and he's ready to go. He needs to get this worked out with Nevada State Athletic Commission.
I for some reason, I feel like he went and got some home pregnancy tests and peed on them, and they came out negative, and he was like, I'm clean. I don't understand the problem. I'm clean.
I mean, it works for home loans, right? You used to be able to get money on stated income. Yeah, I make $100,000 every 5 years.
So Vitor, yeah. He's
right.
apparently off TRT, though. He's good.
And he's not pregnant.
It's
so
not.
good for
It's
him.
not in his system. He's clean. He has no TRT in his system. No testosterone ever.
No.
He just has Jesus. Yeah.
So he was pregnant. Yeah. All right.
Obviously, we watched Jon Jones defend his title up against Glover Teixeira. We can get a little more detail into that a little bit later. They're saying now that the rematch that is going to happen against Gustafsson will possibly happen in Sweden.
I don't even know what to say about this, man. I hope Gustafsson just beats his ass.
Do you think it's going to be? Do you think it'll give him a little bit of extra being in Sweden?
God, I hope so.
And that's pretty long ways away, you know.
I've never been a Super Jones fan or a Jones hater. I've been more on the side of the fan than the hater. But either way, I was kind of like whatever about him as a fighter. I'm a total hater now.
Yeah, we'll get to why you're a hater too, because I have all kinds of 172 news. But I just thought it was pretty interesting that they're saying that they're going to be in Sweden. They're pretty good.
Good.
I'd be excited to see that.
I hope that after he loses,
maybe it'll be free on a Fight Pass.
Great. Can he get a DUI in Sweden? Do they have those?
I don't know. I'm sure.
OWI? Something?
Yeah, what's the DUI in Sweden? What's D in Sweden? In Swedish, what's this? It's like some weird character.
I don't know if Swedes have Ds. Do the Swedes have Ds? I don't know. I don't know.
A fan recently reached out to Dana White on Twitter and said that he would pay big money for Dana White to grapple with TiTO. Dana White said, "Fuck that shit. I'm straight up about that, though. TiTO would kill me in a grappling MMA fight. I would box TiTO and win easily, though."
I mean, he kind of already did. He won by forfeit.
Yeah, technically won by forfeit.
Yeah,
do you think Dana White, being the former boxercise instructor, would be able to take out TiTO Ortiz, who really hasn't had the best hands anyway?
Fight wouldn't happen.
Just punch him in the neck.
The fight wouldn't happen. TiTO Ortiz would get hurt 2 days beforehand and not show up.
Again.
Yeah, whatever. Was that why he didn't show up last time? I thought there was he said, oh no, they scheduled on a different day. They changed it on me.
He had all kinds of excuses. He
is Captain Excuse.
And then he also, originally at one point, he said that it was the principle of the matter. He just wanted to make sure that Dana would sign up and show up. And then once he did, he didn't have to finish it anymore.
TiTO excuses Ortiz. Awesome. All right.
Big news came out yesterday. There was a huge press conference down in Mexico City about something. The big news was that Cain Velasquez and Fabricio Verdum will coach the Ultimate Fighter Latin America and will have their finale and fight November 15th in Mexico City.
That's awesome. So they're going to get kidnapped.
I don't think Cain's going to get kidnapped.
He'll hella get kidnapped.
So how long will that make it between Cain's fights?
That's quite a ways.
A year almost?
Almost a year.
But as long as it's scheduled.
As long as it's scheduled.
No. I'm just saying.
Ring
just
rust
for
and
the
stuff?
ring rust.
Oh, yeah.
Which obviously didn't hurt Jones.
No.
No, made him better.
Yeah.
I was really surprised about that.
So what do you think? Are you interested to watch the Ultimate Fighter Latin America?
I mean, sure. It'd be just like watching Ultimate Fighter South Modesto. So, I mean, it works for me. I don't see
They're gonna. I mean, I think it's pretty interesting. Like I said, it's something they've been talking about for a long time. Is branching into the Latin American market, especially in Mexico. Talking about doing the Ultimate Fighter Mexico for a long time. Now it's gonna be all of Latin America, which obviously is not gonna be Brazil. We talked about when what countries they picked, and that sort of thing.
No, I like that they're branching out into Mexico. It seems like a good place to do it.
I want to know where it's going to take place, though. Is it going to be in Vegas, and they're just going to ship all these Latin American fighters in Vegas?
Or where the Ultimate Fighter is going to take place?
Where the actual Ultimate Fighter is going to take place, and then the finale will be down in Mexico City?
I don't know. There's some pretty nice places down in some tropical areas of Mexico that they could set up. Safety's a concern, obviously.
Well, it could be in any of the other countries. It's not just Mexico. It's Latin America. They can go to Panama.
Belize.
They can go to Belize.
They should go to Belize. Nice. I'm all about Belize. They should go to Belize.
Yeah. Chile.
Yeah. Chile is way at the bottom of South America.
Still part of Latin America, right?
I guess so.
We have somebody, one of us, Dennis, you posted this recently?
No, I posted it.
Posted the quickest tap out in MMA history.
Was there any backstory to this?
There is a backstory to this. So as soon as the bell rings, the guy taps out. Basically what had happened is the guy complained of chest pain before the mount. And they asked him, are you ready to fight? He said, sure. He walks over to the corner, rings a bell, taps out, says, I'm having chest pains. I'm not going to fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I guess if that's his prerogative, it's his prerogative. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you do there?
Now, was he worried? Now, does it do something to the other fighters' numbers if he would have stopped before they started the match?
It would be...
Technically, it wouldn't even have been a fight.
It wouldn't even been a fight. So the other guy wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know why he would give the guy.
He gave him a win. He just took up a loss.
Might as well just said.
Is it because he? I mean, I don't know. If he would have said, they said, "You ready to fight?" and he said no, then what would have happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a weird scenario, but I guess if you got chest pains, I mean, you don't want to take any chances.
Don't want to take any chances, true. But I mean, it just seems like a weird thing. Like Conor McGregor, his partner was actually the guy. Not doing the tapping, that was his opponent.
That won.
That technically won. And Conor McGregor's like, look, I understand, safety first. Like, if you're having a medical issue, stop. But don't make me walk down to the cage and hear the bell and then tap out. But you might as well, ahead of time, just say, look, I can't do the fight today. I'm backing out. Like, it sucks, dude, but why make me walk all the way down there, go through the whole pageantry, the whole bullshit,
well,
and
that's
then
why
say,
I'm wondering if he said, because he says, according to him, he vocalized that he's having chest pains.
Yes.
And then they asked him, are you ready to fight?
And he said yes.
And he just kind of shrugged it off. Like, okay, sure, whatever.
And then taps out.
That's just
had
weird
second thoughts.
Because you would think that even if a fighter goes back to their corner during a fight and they say then they got jabbed in the eye or whatever,
right.
or they got blood in their eyes, I can't see. It's over.
Oh yeah, it's happened multiple times.
Yeah,
and there's some fighters that's like Jones has said it before, Pierre said it before. Hey man, my shoulder's messed up or my arm is messed up. They're in the second round. The coaches just tell them, "You want to call a fight or are you going to get in there and fight?" Yeah. Oh no, we got to keep going. We got to don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Yeah, don't say anything because the ref has to.
Yeah.
So who did he tell that he was having chest pains to that asked him again if he was ready to fight?
Apparently the ref.
That's strange to me. I don't know. This seems like there's got to be something more to this. I mean, especially the follow-up. Did he go see a doctor? Did he find out that he was having heart palpitations or something? I mean, that's just...
there hasn't been a whole lot followed up to as of yet. Like I said, we did find the story finally of that.
I think he just went and bet on the other guy. That's simple, man.
Automatically turned the money over.
Yeah, just went and bet. He bet a grip of money on the other dude and just raked it all in.
No, there you go. World Series of Fighting is having a fight that is not going to be happening.
Shocker.
Rousimar Paul Harris pulled out of his fight against John Fitch. Vice President of World Series of Fighting, Abdel Aziz, is pretty upset about the whole thing. He said, enough is enough. We're getting screwed here. I'm trying to put on a fight card to be nice to the fighters, and now they don't want to fight each other. He's like, I have to put World Series of Fighting first and everyone else second. This is no more Mr. Nice Guy. He's basically upset that Paul Harris pulled out of the fight.
Okay.
It's pretty crazy that he's pulled out. He's saying
Paul
Harris pulled out of the fight. That was supposed to be happening July 5th. He said for personal reasons, and now all this kind of thing has happened.
Okay,
to me, it sounds like World Series of Fighting is having a huge problem with their vice president / matchmaker Aziz.
And he's saying he did it for health reasons?
Yeah, he's saying there was just some things he wasn't 100%. He says, I'm not going to take this fight. He's like, I have other things I need to focus on.
I don't know, man. I mean, the problem here is, like, I get it. Like, we were just talking about health. Like, you want to make sure that you're healthy. You don't want to take any risks. But this guy who is getting a second chance at life virtually in mixed martial arts, kind of just threw it away.
I don't know. He gave enough notice. It's not like it was the day before the fight. The fight's not till July.
Even so, you're kind of on thin ice when you're like, you got booted from the UFC and an organization that was actually willing to sign you up, and then you cancel your first fight with them.
No, he had his first fight. He let go, remember?
I forgot about that.
He had his first fight, and everyone freaked out that he held too long again, and everyone's like, no, he let go right as soon as the guy tapped.
Okay, well, still, this is like not showing up for your second day of work.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? You don't call in sick on the second day of work.
I mean, this is like showing up after Spartan and then not showing up the next day.
Whatever, man. I have sick time though. I'm not.
Fighters can't have sick time.
I'm not.
Fighters can't have sick time.
I'm not brand new to the company. This ain't
I was in a whole nother room. That shit was still funny.
I have 196 sick hours, man. I can use anytime I want. I've accrued that. You know why? Because I've been with the same company. They ain't fired my ass yet. That's why. Polaris got fired, went to another job, and he ain't accrued no vacation time yet or any sick time. Nope.
He's got none.
He hasn't accrued any time yet. That's why.
That's why. Hopefully all goes well and he'll be ready to fight in August or September is what they're saying now.
All right.
But I just think there's a big issue with, obviously, in my opinion, Aziz, which is the
I keep hitting your damn knee with
fight
this shit.
the fight maker and the vice president. I mean, he's the guy that most of these guys are having problems with.
Obviously, we said from the get-go there's a conflict of interest there.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's ridiculous. Of course it's going to continue to happen.
A big fight that hopefully will happen going down July 16th in the UFC. Jim Miller going up against Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
Dude, Cerrone just wants to fight.
I like that fight. Those are two guys
It's a fantastic
definitely love to throw.
Those are two guys you don't want to see lose, too.
No. And both guys are going to be going nonstop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who would you give the edge to slightly in that fight?
Cerrone.
Over Miller?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, obviously we've seen Cerrone. He's not a submission fighter, but he submits everybody. You know what I mean?
Very true.
And we hardly ever get to see his kickboxing because he submits everybody.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to stand-up, Jim Miller definitely doesn't have the edge that Cerrone does.
No, but I think he has more on the ground.
More on the ground, but that's the thing is that every
jiu-jitsu.
time Cerrone gets tested on the ground, he passes.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I have to give the edge to Cerrone in that fight.
All right. We are finally getting a fight that had a lot of steam kind of build up on Twitter and in the cage. Cole Miller will be fighting Conor McGregor July 19th in Dublin. The first time they're going back to Ireland. This is the UFC again. This will be the main event. I'm excited for this fight.
It's a fantastic fight.
It's a big trash-talking fight.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a good time.
Who do you think has the edge in that fight? Do you think Conor McGregor will outtake Cole Miller? Cole Miller's saying he has he has better striking and better jiu-jitsu than
100% better
McGregor.
jiu-jitsu. I still don't feel like we've seen enough of Conor McGregor.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, especially as much as we've seen of Cole Miller.
Yeah.
But he's definitely been impressive, and I think his stand-up is it's not like it's a mirage or anything.
Right.
You know, it's legit. So it'll be interesting to see how much of it Cole Miller decides he wants to take before taking it to the ground. You know what I mean?
It was funny. Conor McGregor was recently on UFC Tonight on Fox Sports 1, and they had a slight interview with him. They were asking him about, when he put out all those tweets calling everybody out on the end of the division, and he said, Cub Swanson, you're old. Like, remember all those little
yeah.
They asked about the Cub Swanson when they said that Cub Swanson recently came on the show, and they asked him about it, and he said that you guys were at some sort of the fighter summit or something like that, and literally they sat Conor McGregor right next to Cub Swanson.
After the tweet?
After the tweets, Conor McGregor literally sat down, ignored him for the first 20 minutes, and then looked over at him and said, "What's going on, old man? How you doing, Gramps?" Flat out. And then Cub Swanson said, I respected him because he's at least saying it to my face. He's not just saying it on Twitter.
Right.
But then then I was asking him, dude, what? I don't have a problem with you. Why do you have a problem with me? And he says, I don't have a problem with you. I know that at some point we're going to have to fight. So I'm getting it out of the way now, and I don't want to have to break your hip later.
How old is Cub Swanson?
He's not that old.
His name's Cub, not Bear.
It's just... They said Sean Shelby had to come over and separate them because they started arguing. And literally, Conor McGregor told Sean Shelby, just make sure you keep Grandpa away from me.
Dude, that's the thing, too. Have you ever been in that position? I think I've been in that position in high school where someone's just talking shit to me, and I'm like, I don't have any problem. What's the problem?
I don't even know who you are.
I don't even know you.
Nothing, short fucker. What the fuck, dude? Why? Well, you're a short fucker. Yes, I am, but why do you have to point it out? Because you're a short fucker. God damn it, now I have a problem with you. Crazy. All right, here we go.
We have another brutal leg break. I think this is the most brutal one of all. I'm letting you know this is graphic. We will definitely be putting this up on the Facebook for everybody to see.
Yeah.
This one is from a takedown. I'm going to drop the sound on this a little bit here. He's going to lift this guy up.
It's already going to be ugly.
It's already going to... Oh, it's bad. I was eating lunch earlier when I watched this. I had to stop.
I hate you right now. Ugh. Goodbye, leg.
Wait, you can kind of see it, but wait till we get the zoom in. Let's get to right about here when the guy starts zooming.
Goodbye, leg.
And he's not screaming, he's just laying there.
He's twitching. It's like he's in shock.
He's probably in
Ready?
shock.
Oh, it's
Oh! Pull it down. Pull it down. Pull it down.
God.
You gotta pull it down like a paper.
some things you can't unsee.
It looks like a nose.
Some things you can't unsee.
Did you see that? It looks like a nose right there at the end.
How brutal is that compared to some of the ones we've seen recently?
Did you see that?
That was bad.
I don't know, because that's not a break. It's more like a dislocation, isn't it?
I know, but
It's pretty bad,
all
man.
you see is the stump in there.
Yeah.
Dislocation. Yeah, it was.
Okay. A relocation. Yeah. Can we do relocation? Can we do that?
His knee moved down a couple notches. I mean, does the patella still move around in that point? I mean,
You gotta find it now.
like shot up into his thigh.
Yeah, it could be anywhere. All of a sudden, he's got a third nut. And it's his kneecap. No idea where that thing went. All right, so here we go. Ortiz got a DUI,
Remember that?
which we talked about, last week?
We've talked about it a couple times, yeah. He ran into the pole on, what was that, Highway 101 or something like that?
Look, to be fair here, he wasn't really drunk. He was impersonating Jon Jones.
We all know it's because he shifted his head to the side and there was too much weight in the car and it slid over to the side and ran into the pole.
Tipped over.
It tipped, boom! So initially he pleaded not guilty. Now he's changed his plea to no contest. In exchange, his sentence is now
His fights.
36 months of probation. And he must enroll in alcohol education.
Damn. Could you imagine being in class with that motherfucker? God, that'd be irritating.
My thing is does this affect his fight with Alexander Shlemenko? That's supposed to be the first pay-per-view, or is this going to be the reason why he has to pull out of the pay-per-view fight? And the reason why the pay-per-view doesn't happen for Bellator?
You can't miss those classes, man. They're serious.
Yeah, they come after you.
Costs like $25 to make those motherfuckers up, too.
Yeah, TiTO don't got $25 right now.
I'm just saying, sit behind that dude in class would suck. You can't see the TV screen.
Man, I'm actually trying to pay attention here. Move it.
Can't see beyond your steel plates and your giant head. Moving on now.
Back to Conor McGregor real quick. He recently said he will annihilate Jose Aldo. He's going to smash Chad Mendes. He's ready to take the division by storm after he beats Cole Miller.
Okay, then beat Cole Miller.
He says that he's slow, he's scared. He's like, I'm fast and fearless. There's going to be no contest. I can see it in his voice and his body language. He's petrified of me. I'm coming to get him.
That's great. I think it's fantastic. I like that he talks a lot of shit. Eventually he's going to get stopped, but it's fun for now.
Who do you think's going to stop him?
I think Cole Miller has a great chance of stopping him.
Do you think Chad Mendes will stop him?
I think anybody has a great chance of stopping. Until we see more of his stand-up, I think that he's pumping himself up pretty good. He's puffing out his chest.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys that he's calling out, we've seen no, never mind. That was Joel Alzon. But we've seen what Cole Miller can do in the cage. We've seen what Chad Mendez can do. I mean, the guy was undefeated. He's only got one loss.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Jose Aldo.
And Jose Aldo. I mean, come on, give me a break here. It's good to have confidence, but at the same time, like, you got to understand you have limitations too. And until he does run through all those people, no, I'm not going to believe that he can run through all those people.
Fair enough. EA is releasing a little bit more news about their new EA Sports UFC game. Part of the gameplay will feature The Ultimate Fighter, which I think is very cool. The show, The Ultimate Fighter.
So you can grow yourself from...
You have to grow yourself. In career mode, you start out in The Ultimate Fighter
That's
as
perfect.
a fighter. You build your own fighter and work your way up. I think what was really cool is that there's two things, apparently, that affect you as a fighter. How well you do how intelligently you fight. So if you just go balls to the walls and be like some of these fan favorites, you lose your longevity in the cage.
A la Chuck Liddell.
A la Chuck Liddell, Chris Leben, that sort of thing. Whereas if you fight smart and you become... So you also have a popularity meter, how popular you are with the fans in the game, which gets you more sponsorship deals, which unlocks different things in the games, clothes and...
You gain longevity, but you lose popularity?
Yeah.
Like John Fitch?
Right?
Interesting. No, a matter of
Very
fact...
cool is that they say if your popularity goes up, other fighters will come and train with you in your training camp and teach you secret moves or tricks that increase your abilities in the game.
That's pretty
When
cool.
does Steven Seagal show up?
Right?
He's unlockable. So is Bruce Lee, though. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I remember when the first UFC game came out, I remember saying it'd be cool. Or no, second one was like career mode would be dope if you could start in the Ultimate Fighter house. It's good to see they finally listened to me.
Right? They've been secretly hacking your brain.
Yeah, of course.
One thing I noticed real quick, I'm going to see if I can pause it if I'm fast enough.
That's what she said. Was that Houston Alexander? Who the hell is it?
Yeah, Houston fighting like what looks like a Chris Leben guy. I don't know.
Interesting.
So you earn evolution points, which allow you to change your attributes and get special abilities. You can learn the Showtime kick. Very cool. Wait.
Can you...
Evolution points. You can learn how to fight dirty. Like new ability unlocked. Fight dirty. So you're gonna Jon Jones somebody and poke him in the eyes a bunch of times.
All of a sudden you're gonna get giant long arms.
Or you're gonna cost check poke people in the eyes.
Yeah.
Or if you can fake getting hit in the face and be like, he need me when I was down.
Like a Madonna slap, go the wrong way.
I just thought that was really interesting. That's a new ability that you can
Fight dirty. Well, if you get a couple free shots in the nuts, you might as well take them.
So are you excited for the new game?
I'm such a shitty gamer. I couldn't even play the first one right. But, I mean, yeah, it's great. It's great for the sport. It's good for marketing. It's good to...
Do you have, what is it now, 5th generation console? 12th generation? What generation are we on? Do we even know? 8th, 9th? You have an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4?
No.
Then you can't play the game.
I think it's 7th.
Even if I had a PlayStation 4, I couldn't play the game. To be real,
It looks good and everything, but I hate EA. EA sucks as a company.
I quit playing Grand Theft Auto after I got stuck on the racing mission. That's how far I made it in the game.
You want me to come over and beat that part for you?
If you could, that'd be great.
You can come back and actually play the rest of the game.
Yeah, because I can't back out of the racing mission every time I start the game. Okay, I'm in the car again. Fucking awesome. Best I've done to get second place.
Oh.
I didn't know you could get a DUI in GTA 5. That's weird.
Yeah, they pull you over.
Maybe they should add that to the UFC game.
The out of the cage antics, like if you're partying too much, you get a DUI.
Slapping up your girlfriend.
Socking your girlfriend up, you know what I mean?
You've been
They
removed.
should definitely add that to Madden.
Then half the game wouldn't be able to play, man.
We talk about all those guys get off on everything anyway.
That's true.
We are going to have one of the things that a lot of people have been asking to bring back into the MMA, especially UFC. Battlegrounds MMA is going to have a one-night, 8-man tournament, winner-take-all.
Shut up.
Yeah. This is going down in Oklahoma. And
Yes.
4 guys from the UFC, Dennis Hallman, Cody McKenzie, Josh Bryant, and Luigi Fioranti are all going to be taking part of this. There's obviously going to be 4 other guys, but it's 4 guys that are going to be competing in a one-man winner-take-all tournament. What do you think?
I'm excited about it. I'll hella watch that.
Yeah, I think they should put this on pay-per-view for like
Hell yeah.
$5 online. I'd pay for it.
I'm down.
$10
for that.
online, maybe. You know what I mean?
Just to see the old school style go again.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. I'm surprised it's getting sanctioned, to be honest with you, but whatever. Who cares?
It's any casino, it's Oklahoma, man. How much would you pay?
Oh yeah, $10 easy.
$10?
Yeah,
Online stream?
yeah.
You all right with that?
I'd pay more if it was on TV.
All right, so let's get into UFC 172 that happened.
Okay.
All right. We have, obviously, a lot of fights that went down. You can talk about...
It's like, this was a card that was like a huge build-up to just a poof of an orgasm. You know what I mean?
Some of the fights were good. Let's talk about the first fight on Fight Pass. They got showed on the replay.
Uh-huh.
Chris Beal going up against Patrick Williams. Amazing flying knee. Probably one of the most beautiful flying knees you'll ever see.
Yeah.
I mean, just TKO.
There's gifs of it online. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet, it's totally worth watching. Dana White freaked out over that one in the second fight.
It was just picture perfect. Like out of a video game. Then we have Danny Castillo taking on Charlie Bremen and knocking him the fuck out in round 2.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he
Those are
was
big,
out.
Big, what was it, big left hand, one-punch knockout?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Probably one of the best knockouts,
Yeah.
hands down in Danny Castillo's career, but I mean, one of the best ones in a long time of a one-punch knockout.
It was cool to see. I mean, obviously it shows
rocked.
what Bang has done to the gym. Let's just see if Joe Rogan can continue it. You know?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Then we had Beth Carrera going up against Jasmine Duke.
I see, and I like this fight because Beth Correa was able to
Dominate?
get inside that distance that Jessamine Duke.
Yep, and that's
has.
exactly what we said, that Jasmine Duke needed to figure out her range, that we hoped that training with Ronda Rousey and all the girls that she's now part of the 4 Horsewomen, she would learn how to use that. You could see on The Ultimate Fighter, she didn't quite know her range.
What happens if they get a 5th one?
They won't.
They got to fire somebody?
So what
That
happened...
Brazilian jump, though.
Dude. that dumper was pretty awesome.
So they talk about how that they were the 4 Horsewomen, and I don't know if you noticed or not, but Korea... Oh, they don't have it on here anymore. There was a GIF of her basically... After she beat Jasmine Duke, she held up a 4 and then put one finger down, saying that 3 are left.
Nice.
She wants to go up against the 3.
Nice.
It was really cool. Ronda Rousey actually liked it, respected her for it. Her first fight, now they've already allegedly booked, is going to be Shanna Baszler up against Beth Correa.
That's
so she's
awesome.
going to take on another one of the 4 Horsewomen.
That's great marketing right there.
And
That's
Ronda Rousey
smart.
says she's 100% behind it. She says the chick is undefeated. She's fighting Shayna first. It's going to be Shayna's UFC debut. It's either going to be a huge win for Shayna or this girl is going to be still undefeated. And I'm going to have a huge title fight with a good story because this girl is going to have fought both those girls and now coming after me. I agree.
I agree, too.
I think that's a great storyline to build.
Who's the other one?
The other one is Marina Shafir, which is Ronda Rousey's best friend, roommate, and training partner who's only had one...
Oh, so she's not going to fight Beth Correa then?
No, not yet. No. She's not even with the UFC. She is... You know,
she's the one who's going to get kicked out first.
She says, that's a storyline. She goes, that's Shayna's storyline right now, and if she beats her, moves on to a bigger name, she moves on to me, that's going to be my storyline. I think that this is going to be a very interesting fight for me. If this chick remains undefeated, beats 2 of my friends, could be very interesting. She says that she thinks that Shayna's going to fucking handle it and shove the shit down in this girl's face. But there's no lose in the situation. It's either a huge win for Shayna or a huge setup fight for me.
Yeah, I don't think that Shayna can handle it, but we'll see.
We'll see. But I think it's very cool. She respected her for doing that, and it was a very kind of cool, subtle thing the girl did. It's not like she called her out after the fight. She just made the gesture.
Yeah.
Which I thought
That's
was
all you
cool.
got to do. That's smart.
Which
That's
was
smart marketing
definitely
right there.
smart.
Yeah.
What else do we have? We have Joseph Benavidez. Obviously, he was in a weird situation with Tim Elliott. He got put in this, what they were calling like the crotch ripper at some point, and then these things got photoshopped. They got photoshopped a lot.
Oh, man. Wow, quite a bit.
We will put some of these photoshops up. I think some of these are pretty funny. He was put in a very awkward position.
I like the ones that don't have to do with nudity, personally.
Yeah, because almost any UFC picture you could probably...
Exactly. It doesn't take a lot of creation. Not a lot of creativity right there.
Like, some of them don't make sense. Like these,
Is that Oprah?
Yeah. I like the Ace Ventura one right here. Where he's carrying the body. Remember when he's carrying the body out of the party?
Fantastic.
That was good.
I don't get it.
I don't
Whatever.
get half of them.
Who cares? Doesn't matter if you get them. They're just a good time.
It's from Borat, right? Up there.
The top, the middle one right there, yeah. Where they're dancing.
Wow. Some people have some serious time on their hands.
Jon Jones talking a little shit after his win against Glover Teixeira. You want to go back to the results here? Let's go back to the results. Sorry. Takanori Gomi defeated Alzik Veliflag in a unanimous decision. Pretty hard fought decision.
I didn't realize that Takanori Gomi was going to win this fight coming out of it. I thought it was pretty damn close.
It was pretty close.
All right,
and they both had a lot of respect for each other. He definitely, in the last minute or two of the fight, was like, is it over? Is it over?
Mm-hmm.
Is it over? I'm holding him. Please just expire the time clock. I
So
think
what
I've done enough.
did you think Valley Flag had the first round?
Yeah. Gomi definitely had the second round. The third round was kind of a toss-up. I think Gomi did enough to win, but it was definitely a good fight.
Close fight, good fight. They got fight of the night, right?
Yeah. Joseph Benavidez, again, going up against Tim Elliott. In getting him in a guillotine that Tim Elliott's arms were both trapped down, he had to tap out with his feet.
He didn't even
First
tap out in
time
time.
ever.
He fell asleep with his eyes
No.
open.
He was up. He was good.
Then why didn't he get up?
He literally had to tap with his feet. Like, he went because both his arms were trapped underneath.
No, I mean when the ref like picked him up to stand him
yeah.
up and then just laid him back down on Benavidez, and Benavidez was laying on his back going, I won, but I can't get up because I have a dead body on me.
I thought it was pretty interesting. I've never seen anybody have to tap with their feet before.
Did he just like go out right after he tapped or something?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
It was the last couple jerking motions of him going unconscious where he was trying to tap because he couldn't. Both his arms were tied down.
Yeah, we were at my house. I was like, he dead. They killed that man in the ring.
Max Holloway showing he has more than just kickboxing, taking out Andre Touchy-Feely with a submission guillotine choke in the third round.
I was kind of pissed off at Andre Fili at first. I swear to God, because I was like, he wore plugs in the octagon.
Yeah.
You can't wear plug. Beat his ass. You can't wear plugs in the octagon. And then I realized it was medical tape around his plug holes.
Yeah, come on, man.
So that was okay.
Don't want those to seal up or get torn.
Oh God,
Get a finger stuck in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it, but
Yeah.
like when he first came in, I was like, is he really wearing white plugs in the ring? You got to be kidding me.
Jim Miller taking out Yancy Medeiros.
It looked fantastic.
It looked amazing.
Yeah.
It looked like Yancy Medeiros did not belong in the same
Right.
octagon with Jim Miller.
Just like the next fight.
Luke Rockhold, man.
Where's Albert today?
Where's
Albert talking some shit about Luke Rockhold today?
He's quoting, he's working.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I told him playing Xbox isn't working.
Yeah.
Taking out Tim Boetsch with the inverted triangle Kimura.
Poor bastard, dude.
Dude.
I just felt bad for Tim Boetsch.
Yeah.
Just getting caught up in an inverted triangle, and then when he started going for the Kimura, I was like, oh, man. It just feels like it's such a big brother thing to do.
Yeah.
Just can't do nothing. Until I saw the main event, then I was like...
Yeah. So Anthony Johnson taking out Phil Davis. Phil Davis couldn't do anything. Anthony Johnson basically showed him, you want to try to take me down? Go for it. Oh, you can't? What's going on, buddy?
Yeah. No, it was...
And he also looked like a ginormous man.
It was ridiculous how small he made Phil Davis look.
Yeah, Phil Davis has a weird waist to like chest ratio. Like we talk about his V all the time, but Anthony Johnson just looked ginormous.
It made Phil Davis look even tinier than he does sometimes. It was
hands down.
And it was an ass whooping. It was a one-sided fight for 3 straight rounds.
Welcome back to the UFC, Anthony Johnson. He moved right into the rankings, jumped in at number 6.
Yeah, good for him. After showing up like that, he should. As long as he
Yeah.
didn't poke anybody in the eye or miss weight, then he's all good.
We should see how it goes. And then, of course, Jon Jones taking out Glover Teixeira, unanimous decision. Were you surprised with the unanimous decision?
No, because Glover
Dominated.
Yeah, Glover when he did that elbow shoulder crank in the beginning. I mean, all of us thought that he broke the arm, and he obviously didn't. But at the same time, all of a sudden, Glover couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And every time he tried to put together a combo, the most he could do is maybe hit Jones's elbow. Or
He
something.
couldn't get there. Jones used his reach, exactly what I said he was going to do, kept him on the outside the entire time, and just picked him apart. And creatively too, it wasn't just like kicking him and lightly hitting him. Like he was picking him apart and throwing spinning elbows. Still, he was still like got that shoulder crank. I mean,
I think the shoulder crank in the first and third round really took a lot away from Glover.
Hands down,
he couldn't do it. Like it was unexpected. Joe Rogan even questioned the legality of it afterward.
They're saying he has to go get an MRI definitely to see how much damage was done to the shoulder crank.
That stuff hurts, man.
Yeah,
but I'm still disappointed in Jon Jones.
Jon Jones put up this, or Jon Jones didn't, but the UFC put up this little infographic here that's claiming that he has now the most wins in the light heavyweight division with 14. Tito Ortiz immediately tweeted that I'm being erased from UFC history. How low is that? This will come back threefold. I'm sorry, fans. Another guy tweeted, last time I checked, Tito Ortiz had 15 wins. There's no way they should be up there now. Mind you, he did have 15 wins in his UFC career. And we're not saying that this is the reason, but quite possibly this is the reason. The fact that the light heavyweight division was not introduced until UFC 31. Some of those fights that he had in the division were considered middleweight. Because if you remember, he fought at 199 and 206. In between there, they did not have the middleweight division set or the light heavyweight division set at 205 yet.
I don't think that's the reason. I think they just hate Tito Ortiz.
You think they just hate Tito Ortiz?
Yeah. I was going to say, well, was it current fighters? But then I saw Matt Hamill and Chuck Liddell on there. So
yeah. Jon Jones then took to his social media sites, starting number 1 with tweeted this picture of Chuck Liddell and said, "You mad, bro?" talking all that trash before the fight. Glover Teixeira is Tito Ortiz's training partner and protege, basically.
Chuck Liddell, you mean?
Chuck Liddell and
But Chuck
Ackerman.
Liddell always looks like that.
I just thought it was funny though. That he tweeted at him, and then he also tweets to what's his name, Phil Davis about, and of course video doesn't work. Jones got beat. It's proof he's chicken. He lost to Glover. You have to fight me next. Jones, in fact, didn't get beat. He tweeted basically at him. Let's see, where's it at?
I have no idea.
It's all gone now. Oh, you let me down. Yeah. He says, you let me down. He's like, in my opinion, that's what's wrong with you. You aren't a true fan either. You love the sport or you don't. Like, basically, he said, you let me down because you lost.
Nice.
And then everybody was talking about the eye pokes that Jon Jones does. And this is not the first time he's eye poked anybody. He's eye poked almost everybody in his UFC career. He put out a video mocking fans.
It just makes me hate him.
Right? And then this was quickly deleted off of his Instagram.
Tough shit. It's there forever now.
It's that, and this is the internet, Jon Jones. It's there forever, bro.
I mean, it literally that.
I mean, that first one that they showed. I mean, he literally, you could like, it was like knuckle in the back of his eye, like he was scratching the back of his head, like it was in there deep.
It's like that was his first freshman, backseat adventure or something like that.
Dude. And Dana White says, look, we got to stop that. You need to stop opening your hands. If you want to get out there and test the reach, jab him. That's what jabs are for.
He's not testing the reach when he's trying to put his hand on his forehead and keep him from swinging on him like you do to a kid or your little brother. You know what I mean? Like that was pissing me off during the fight. I was literally pissed. I'm like, that's not fighting. That's just being stupid.
Right.
You're gonna put your hand on somebody's forehead to keep them.
But Jon Jones does that. When he tests the reach, he's always putting his fingers out.
No,
a lot of fighters do it, but he does it a lot.
But he placed his palm on that man's forehead like he was going to baptize him or something.
Yeah.
And held him back.
Demons be gone!
Yeah. I mean, that's not testing the reach anymore. That's like, I got
now
way longer
you
on.
can't see.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the reverse blessing. It was bullshit. It was frustrating me during the fight. Like, it's one thing to do test the reach with their fingers open, which obviously results.
Does not need to happen.
Doesn't need to happen. Results in eye pokes. But when you start putting your hand on somebody else's forehead like they're a 4-year-old, trying to come in and swing on your nuts or something, it's too much. Fight. Don't do that. It's not fighting.
Now, in my opinion,
that's like standing lay and pray right there.
Yeah. In my opinion, the Jones that showed up against Glover Teixeira would hands down beat Alexander Gustafsson in a rematch.
Think so?
He showed up as a different fighter, in my opinion. He came forward. This was his best showing to date.
I think he took advantage of a bad situation. I mean, it's a lot of it had to do with Glover Teixeira letting him look that good.
Oh, I agree. But I still think that if he fights the same way against Alexander Gustafsson, I think that he's definitely going to win that fight hands down, and it's not going to be the same.
Well, he's going to have to take the wind out of Gustafsson's sails.
He
just like
has
he did.
to.
Yeah, he has to. And that's what
Get
he
him
did
in a shoulder crank.
I mean, he just made Glover. He made Glover look like he didn't belong in that cage, and we all know Glover does.
Yeah, he won't have that reach advantage again. Remember, we're going up against Gustafsson. He didn't have that reach advantage.
Good.
He wasn't able to put the hand on the forehead.
Good.
So I'm excited for the rematch. I think it's definitely the one that needs to happen next. It should have happened, I think, before Glover. But
yeah, I'm gonna be rooting for
Swedish Chef.
The Swedish Chef so damn hard that nobody's gonna be able to be at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been playing Volbeat in the background as well.
Yeah, I'll have to be alone because that's how hard I'm gonna be for Gustafsson to beat his ass.
Have it on going on the TV upstairs and everybody else downstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to.
That's what we got for fights, man. That's what we got for the news.
Perfect. That wraps it up. So we have another fight coming up on the 10th, which is
10th.
next Saturday. So we will be back next week, of course, with another episode and a breakdown of that UFC. But until then, make sure you check out our website, splitdecisionmma.com. It's now got a mobile version, which is awesome. And Fight Fans Radio Network, big thanks to them for supporting us. That is Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Look them up. Or just look up Split Decision MMA on Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Of course, on Facebook, Split Decision MMA Podcast. And on Twitter and Instagram, it is SD_MMA. Until next time, from the Ruloff Family Inc. Studios, it is Bueller and Dodge saying have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.